Hi guys, I'm going to be playing in a challenge with Affinity. So this is a fairly stock list. I actually based most of it off of a Mathonical list that I think he either top 8'd with or won a challenge with some time ago. So yeah, it's a Spring Leaf Drum Flare Husk build. So it's kind of a traditional build instead of kind of like a more combo Atog build. I think the problem with the combo Atog builds is that they're not. I don't think they're incredibly good against blue black. Blue black has too many ways to stop it. And I guess I'll be talking about Essence Harvest later, but the previous builds that like Carves played, I think it could also have some trouble against Boros because it can be hard to get through Strands. So yeah, playing kind of like a more traditional build, traditional aggro build. So there's Flare Husks and Carapace Forgers. So this is kind of a good combination with like Springling Drums. So Springling Drums are very good if you can have a lot of early creatures to back it up. So yeah, I'm playing Carapace Forgers, Atogs. I'm only playing three Frogmites. Frogmites frequently don't do much. Um, they're not they're not incredibly good against blue black or Boros. They kind of just get blanked too easily, um, mainly by Augur. So or by lots of things really. So yeah, I'm only playing three. Also can helps against Echoing Decay, I guess, maybe to not have the full four. I'm playing Gear Seeker Serpent. This is a very good card against blue black mainly, and it's okay in other matchups. So so yeah. Anything else to talk about besides my big changes? Oh yeah, I'm playing two Ichor Wellsprings. So Thoughtcast is the best card in the deck, and Ichor Wellspring, since this is an Atog build, is kind of similar. It can help with it helps early on with Affinity, but it usually ends up becoming a draw two, even though it's kind of conditional. But it usually does end up becoming a draw two with Atogs. Yeah, 17 lands, Darksteel Citadels to help fight against Gorilla Shaman. Yeah, okay. So the big changes to this deck is that I've added Blazing Torches and a Journey to Nowhere, I guess, instead of Galvanic Blasts, and I've swapped Essence Harvests with Flings or Team of Battle Rage. So I've actually usually been cutting Galvanic Blasts in Affinity lists, anyways. I've been swapping them for Pyrite Spellbomb, but um, for Blue Black Delver, Blazing Torch is better. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned Blazing Torch is a suggestion by like chenjesu, I believe. So yeah, thanks for that suggestion. Forgot to mention that when I was playing Stompy, but yeah, I think Blazing Torch makes it such that so the way the Blue Black versus Affinity matchup works is that usually Blue Black wants to drop Gurmag Angler and block all your 4/4s and try to kill you with a Delver. So Blazing Torch kind of handles both of those plans. First of all, it lets your creatures just attack through Gurmag, and also it just kills Delvers. So it's I think it's very good against Blue Black. Otherwise, it's also not terrible. It still kills most creatures that you need to. The big ones are like fairies and elves. Uh, yeah. So and also it's an early artifact. So basically, Galvanic Blast frequently can be it can kind of be a blank early on. But Blazing Torch is a little bit better in that yeah, it's an artifact, so it helps enable your artifact synergies. So it could be a little bit better there. Though in general it's a downgrade, but it's better. I think it's a lot better against blue black, and yeah, not too much of a downgrade to just I think it's justified. Uh, I also added Journey. Yeah, so I think the thing with removal is that you kind of want your removal to either hit Gurmag or tokens. Um, I have sweepers in the side, but so yeah, I've instead of Galvanic Blast, which doesn't really do either. So yeah, I've swapped the Galvanic Blast for a Journey, which is also good against both the blue blacks angles to hit Affinity, which is that blocking with 5/5, hitting through the air with 3/2s. Journey to Nowhere can handle both the Delver or the Gurmag. So yeah. Uh, and then the other change I have is Essence Harvest over Fling. So the key with Essence Harvest is that it dodges Strands. So because it says target player loses life instead of does damage, Strands cannot block this. So this I think this greatly shifts the Boros matchup because previously Boros, in a way, kind of. I mean, you could basically tempo out Boros frequently, but once Boros has Strands set up, it can frequently kind of just, I guess, grind you out. But with Essence Harvest, you kind of, it doesn't matter how many Strands they have, they're just going to die at Essence Harvest. So Affinity kind of has inevitability. So I think it greatly helps in the Boros matchup, pre-board at least. Post-board they extended Gorilla Shaman, so it could be harder still, but I still think that going through Strands is a big deal. Also, white-black, they also sometimes play Prismatic Strands, so this also goes through that. Finally, I think this is actually a decent amount better against blue-black too. So against blue-black, it's hard to resolve a lethal fling, but you can just play Essence Harvest as like an 8-point life swing. You have like a few 4/4s, and you don't have to sacrifice a creature. You basically you don't have to take any risk. You can just play this and just get an 8-point life swing. So I think that's much better than like Fling, which is frequently just a dead card in the matchup. You can't, it's hard to sacrifice a creature. So whereas Essence Harvest will actually do something that's relevant in the matchup. So yeah, I think Essence Harvest is better against blue-black. And definitely better against Boros. It's a bit worse in many other matchups, compared to Fling, because you can use Fling at instant speed, so you can sacrifice 2 extra artifacts for Fling. So essentially, Fling does 4 more damage, and this is not even including the 3 mana cost. There's a 2 mana cost difference. So Fling is better in other matchups, but I think if I'm expecting Boros and blue-black, Essence Harvest is better. Yeah. So the board, I have Extra Journey to Nowheres. I think this is an excellent card against blue-black. And against blue-black, I will want to side out Essence Harvest. For a while, I was trying to side out Atogs as well, try to blank their Hydroblast, but Atog is just too good. I think they're worth playing even if, blue-black even if their Hydros become live. But I'm not going to side in Pyroblast or anything like that. Oh yeah, I actually have no instants in my deck, so in my main deck. So I do blank any dispels that anyone might have. I think Journey to Nowheres is excellent against blue-black, and I'll be signing those in there. I have 5 sweepers, 3 Electricity, 2 Croclan Shaman. I've favoring Electricity over Croclan Shaman. This might be a mistake because I am looking for a little, or mainly because of fairies versus, Croclan Shaman is better against elves and much better against Stompy, whereas Electricity is much better against fairies. Like, you don't even side in Croclan Shaman, and not that much worse against elves. So yeah, I'm kind of hedging in the fairies direction with my sweepers. I've seen splits go the other way, which might be correct. Not sure. Then I'm playing 1 Ray of Revelation. This is more help against Boros. This is not really against Boggles, though. I was obviously said this thing against Boggles. It's not enough, but mainly against Boggles. But yeah, this is to hit journeys that Boros players will play. I also might sign them in against elves, I think, to help hit Spider Silk Armor. I guess it depends. And then I have some counter spells. Hydroblasts. These are really important against Gorilla Shaman, which is probably the most realistic way, or certainly the easiest way for Boros to beat you post board. So Hydroblast to stop that. Gorilla Shaman is not an auto win. If you can get some early Carapace Forgers or Gear Seeker Serpents out, or if you have Darksteel Citadels, you can definitely beat Gorilla Shamans. In fact, I think I've beaten more Gorilla Shamans than I've lost to it. Hydroblasts are, obviously you prefer to counter Gorilla Shaman, so I'm playing 3 Hydroblasts. Essence Harvest is also probably maybe a little bit better against Burn. It's hard to say, but Hydroblasts are also good against Burn. So along with Essence Harvest. I have a few counters against Tron and Pyroblast is also another card against Theories. Yeah, I've done a few counters against Tron. So that's a list. It's fairly straightforward list, except for some tech choices. It's mostly lists that have done. It's mostly a list that has done well in the past. So Affinity is high variance. So I could definitely just go 3 and drop pretty easily. But hopefully we do all. All right.